The Rotax Max Euro Challenge comes to Sweden for the first time, and championship leader Matthijs de Tiege from Belgium has qualified on pole for the DD2 class pre-final. Alongside him his fellow countryman and round 2 winner Zen de Ruva, driving for the Formula K Europe squad. Third on the grid is Mika Laiho from Finland. The MPT racing driver was the winner of round 1 in Belgium. Alongside is Britain's Patrick Pearce, one of the most consistent performers of the season. Lining up 5th on the grid is Germany's Maximilian Fleischmann for his family-run team. And completing the top 6 qualifiers is Kevin Ludi from Switzerland. He drives for Spirit Racing. The DD2 category caters for 2-speed karts powered by the 125cc Rotax Max engine, and there's also a Masters class for drivers aged 32 and above. In that category, number 657 Thiago Ribeiro is the best placed on the grid, starting 14th. The pre-final gets underway from the rolling start. The field led away by Matthijs de Tiege. Slow start for Zen de Ruva with the turquoise helmet. He gets sucked into the pack, and now he gets pushed wide at the first corner. Stays on the track, but he's all out at sea, and I think he clipped the 618 kart of Thomas Smith. The result is that de Ruva has dropped back to about 9th place, and he, don't forget, is one of the key championship contenders. Ahead of the drama, Matthijs de Tiege leads from Mika Laiho. Here's 643, Tom Dearlison trying a move on 612. Max Fleischmann wheel to wheel, and now it's 3 abreast to 652. Harry Drysdale takes a tighter line through the corner. In fact, there are 4 of them together now. Who comes out ahead? It's Harry Drysdale, and then look who it is. 608, Zen de Ruva. So he's already regained a couple of places. A pretty lively start to the race then. De Tiege leads from Laiho, then it's Patrick Pearce in 3rd, Thomas Smith 4th, Kevin Ludi 5th. Harry Drysdale has gained 4 places in 6th, and then the recovering Zen de Ruva is 7th. So an interesting scenario, because the top 2 in the championship are 1st and 2nd at the end of lap 1. Matthijs de Tiege has taken 167 points from the first 2 championship rounds. Mika Laiho has got just 4 less with 163. And there's Kevin Ludi putting the pressure on Thomas Smith for 5th place. Oh, and Ludi clips the back of the Danish driver. Smith almost sent into a spin, and into the corner Ludi gains the place. He just got a bit too close to Smith's rear bumper, and Thomas, I'm quite sure, will not be best pleased about that. Here's 632 Antoine Lepesque at the head of a queue. Behind him in the white race suit, driving kart 623 is Lucas Orrock, and now he dives for the inside at the hairpin. He's made it through. A good move from the Paul Car racing driver. Just behind them is Thiago Ribeiro, and he's coming under attack from Christophe Adams. Adams comes through. The Frenchman passes the Portuguese, and that is also a change for the lead of the Masters class. Back to the leaders, and it could hardly be closer. Matthijs de Tiege and Mika Laiho have now been joined by Patrick Pearce. These 3 drivers sit 1st, 2nd and 4th in the points table coming into this event. De Tiege is from Belgium, Laiho is Finnish, and Pearce is British, underlining the international status of the championship now. And Pearce goes on the offensive. He just about squeezes past Mika Laiho and moves up to 2nd place. Here's some action in the midfield. Nikita Kudov being passed by Sasha Pio-Haida, and Tamsin Germain, winner of the Masters class in round 1 at Genk. Next to try and find a way through is Thiago Ribeiro. He has to go up the inside. It's tight. There's contact, and he doesn't make it through. So it looks like Ribeiro has dropped back down the order after leading the Masters class just a couple of laps ago. This is the battle for 5th place, with Thomas Smith just ahead of Zen de Ruva. Made that past tense. He was ahead, but the Belgian has just come storming past. Following some great results in his heats, Zen de Ruva qualified 2nd for this pre-final. He made a poor start to the race, then he got pushed wide at turn 1 and was at one point down in 9th place, but he's worked his way back up to 5th, relegating the Danish driver Thomas Smith in the process. And Smith, currently 3rd in the championship, has now fallen into the clutches of number 643, Tom Dearlison. Smith leaves the door open, and Dearlison will gratefully accept the invitation. That was an opportunity too good to miss. But back to the leaders, and Patrick Pearce has cruised up to the back of Matthijs de Tiege. Pearce is using a brand new set of slicks for this pre-final, and they're working beautifully. Now this might compromise him once we do get to the final. The race leader, driving the MS kart and run by the Bouvon Power team, is looking for his 2nd pre-final victory of the campaign, having won the equivalent race at Wackersdorp in Germany last time out. In the 2 finals so far this year, de Tiege has taken 2 second-place finishes. Pearce has yet to finish on the podium, but he has been incredibly consistent so far this season, and he's been on good form here in Sweden. Patrick Pearce is now shadowing the leaders' every move. The Tatum racing driver making that Tony kart look like it's on a pair of rails. He closes up as they break for the hairpin, and he takes the lead for the first time in this race. That was a very tidy move, and it was good positive driving from the Brit, who grabbed the very first chance that came his way. We're into the closing stages of this pre-final, and this is the new order. Patrick Pearce leading from Matthijs de Tiege. In 3rd, it's Mika Laiho. He's less than a second clear of Kevin Ludi in 4th, and they're both being caught by Zen de Ruva in 6th. And there's someone going off the road, and it's Thiago Ribeiro in kart 657. I think Thiago braked with 2 wheels on the grass on the way into the left-hander, which then unsettled the kart on the way into the corner. He was the best qualifier from the Masters category, but he's been struggling in the second half of this race. Ribeiro now tries to regain one of the places he just lost. A bumpy ride over the curbs, and he'll drop back behind Kevin Kemling from Germany. We're on to the final lap. The order of the top 3 looks to be sorted, but Kevin Ludi is in for a stressful 30 seconds or so, because he's got Zenderuva breathing down his neck in the battle for 4th place. And there's a sure sign that Kevin Ludi is beginning to feel the pressure as he takes several looks over his shoulder to keep an eye on Deruva, which means Ludi is intending on driving defensively for the remaining few corners of this 1.2 kilometre long circuit here at the ASIM Ring. The 2 drivers work their way through this fast right-left sequence, both men aware that they're coming up to the last real overtaking opportunity of the lap, the hairpin. Meanwhile, Patrick Pearce has taken the flag from Matthias de Tige and Mika Laiho, with Kevin Ludi managing to retain his 4th place.